Welcome to the weekend update for Liberty Leadership and Lies with Larry Linton. Only national news this week. First, I'll start off with just mentioning the nation's weakness being on display, with that puppet president and the situation in Ukraine. So I have a question for all of you orange man bad communists. You often acted like the Chicken Little and said the sky is falling, and said the former president will get us into a war. How's that working out for you right now? The sniffer-in-chief will either prove he is Putin's puppet and not do anything to prevent Russian aggression over there, or he will get us into a war to protect Ukraine's national interests, not ours. So that means, I think Burisma and Crackhead Hunter comes to mind there. But hey, at least we have no more mean tweets. Don't forget to look at the situation through the lens of what was once our nation's energy independence. How is the situation in Ukraine going to affect our economy now? Again, at least we have no more mean tweets. But now I want to get into a hypothetical with you here in the audience. It ties into the news coming out of the Supreme Court and the Oval Office this past week. So here's the hypothetical. If you're not aware, I am a small business owner. I run my own business. Right now, it's a business of one, just me. Business has been picking up here lately, now that companies are easing up on COVID restrictions and government is getting out of the way, or more likely being forced out of the way. Anyway, it may become necessary to expand and bring on another consultant to assist with the increased workload. Of course, there will be some qualifications necessary for an individual to have in order for me to bring on another leadership coach, one that meets the mission, vision, and goals of my company. I'm going to list off a few and would like you to consider what I say against the backdrop of what the communists are saying and doing right now. Here they are. The primary qualification will be previous experience in leadership positions in a high reliability organization, or military law enforcement or first responder organizations. The second qualification would be verifiable proof of citizenship in the United States of America. As my company, I provide services primarily in this country. The third requirement would be verifiable references and letters of recommendation from supervisors in those previous organizations. Those requirements being met will advance the individual applying for the position to the interview phase with myself. All that sounds pretty reasonable, right? But I'm not finished, though. The fourth requirement would be that only applications from white males, Anglo-Saxon Protestants, would be considered to move on to the interview phase. What do you think would happen then? Besides the rending of garments and gnashing of teeth from the communists calling out to not only cancel my business, and the woke mob to show up at my place of business with pitchforks and torches, I would be in violation of several laws. Those flaky layers that become between the citizen and their individual rights. And one of those violations would be this, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. National origin here, not citizenship, folks. So don't go there, commies, in the audience chafing about citizenship. But next up is this. I would be in violation of the Civil Rights Act of 1991, which, among other things, provides monetary damages in case of intentional employment discrimination. I don't know about you, but I am all about not giving Uncle Sucker and his 50 little stealing nephews any more of my sweat equity than absolutely necessary. Now, let me ask you this. Did the usurper-in-chief violate the law when he tweeted out this, quote, "The person I nominate to replace Justice Breyer will be someone with extraordinary qualifications, character, experience, and integrity." Okay so far, but it continues with this. And they will be the first black woman nominated to the United States Supreme Court. He is now excluding men, Asians, Hispanic, Caucasians, every other race but black people. That, ladies and gentlemen, is discrimination. Just another reminder that when the communists accuse people of discrimination based upon race and gender, it means they are doing it themselves. Our commander-in-chief, the installed president, has committed violations of the law. Where are the impeachment articles? Until next week, this has been the weekend update of Liberty, Leadership, and Lies with Larry Linton. Be sure and visit the website and all of our social media to keep up with the show and my campaign to represent Tennessee's House of Representatives District 12. I pray you all have a wonderful weekend. Stand in the arena with me. Reveille. It's time to wake up.